Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Abigail, the ultimate guru, and with me, as always, is my co host, the world's only comedian, the Kanye of comedy, the Norm MacDonald of podcasting, the David Goggins of life, Bryden Proctor. You know what's funny actually is that I feel like in the moment I understood fully what Dave meant by the David Goggins of life, but after because of the
What's
note,
a
I just found the note in my desk today. I looked at it and I was like, what did he mean by that actually?
I think it was
Like,
just a joke because David Goggins is a never get up. If I met God and he said to me that I could have been something better than I am, that
okay.
would piss me off. So I'm going to run 50 miles a day. And then
Yeah,
I hate myself.
right. Yes. Okay. So at the moment, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, ha ha ha," and then later, it's like, "Wait a second, what were we saying? Like, where did that come from?"
I think he's just funny.
It was great. We loved Dave. We would love to have him back on sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We appreciate you being here, and you don't have to worry about a thing because we are here to help you in particular. Bryden is yawning.
Yeah.
That's not good
No,
show
I'll be fine.
content at all.
Well, I'll be
You
fine.
gotta
I don't
be
know.
like,
Don't bring attention to it.
you need a coffee. Why didn't you
It's
get a
set. It's
coffee?
7:30 at night.
Yeah, get a
Yeah,
coffee.
that's not gonna. I'll be awake till 2. I wake up
Yes.
at fucking 6. So then I'm screwed for the day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ruins my whole Friday.
That is what happens every time I do that. Also, I get yelled at a lot because you get really mad at me when I drink coffee before the show, and you don't know why,
Oh.
but you do.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, that's usually why you're that angry those days.
What are you doing? That's so
I don't
fucking
know. I
pissing
just
me
get
off.
manic.
Oh, well, don't do that.
You say a lot of things like, "Calm down, settle down, you're hitting your mic again,
Oh,
put your hands down, sit on your hands." Like,
well, all of that lines up with, caffeine, I guess. Yeah. I mean, just drink half a cup.
yeah, I could do that, or just like a Dr. Pepper or something. That would
Sure.
probably be fine.
I had a Coke Zero today. That is fucking gross.
Ooh.
That's got caffeine in it though.
The zeros are better than the diets, but it's
Yeah.
still kinda
Yeah, it's not the same.
it's not the same. The only good diet sodas at all are Dr. Pepper Zero and Sprite Zero. Dr.
And
Pepper 10 was great.
that's bullshit because that's just for women or just for men. Sorry, it's not for women. That was the
It's
that was the
no, it's
tagline.
just for women. Just for women
Don't make me
now.
bring up the commercial. It says
I
it's not
know.
for women, which is an insane fucking ad to run. It rules. Dr. Pepper 10, this 10-calorie soda that anybody could drink. It's not for women because of those calorie conscious men.
Yeah,
That's an insane ad. And I remember the guy,
because
and
it's so bold and dangerous with
so
its 23 unique flavors. It's like, no.
it's yeah, I don't get. It's got 10 calories. It's just not for the ladies. Sorry, ladies. You have to have
You're
full sugar fattening Dr. Pepper.
making great points here.
Yeah,
The
it's a
Dr.
stupid
Pepper,
ad.
whatever company that Dr. Pepper is owned by, is
No,
that
no, it's the Dr. Pepper company. They're
I
separate from
thought
Coke and
so,
Pepsi.
but I
Yeah,
wasn't quite sure if
they're
it
all
was
owned like
straight up Dr. Pepper. Yeah,
they're all owned like by BlackRock, but
right.
they are a separate soda company.
They want women to be fat. And I say, hell no. Hell
I
no, we won't do it.
I just actually looked up the biggest investors in Dr. Pepper, BlackRock,
Yeah.
Vanguard, third Pierce Brosnan.
Oh,
That's it's an
yeah.
odd one.
That's interesting. It's great.
Oh.
Well, let's get into our Dear Abby segment, okay?
I was gonna ask if we had any because I did see you did not tweet any of those.
I didn't. That's okay because I have a great one that I did research on. In my research I've had, I asked Google's AI. Um,
I accidentally uploaded, by the way, the wrong episode last week for 24 hours almost.
You did do that. I did it's lucky for you, I was being so lazy that I hadn't gone to post the link yet, and I always click on it and listen for a minute just to make sure everything's good before I tweet the link
I
out,
did not.
and I was being so lazy that I didn't even go to post it until you told me you did the bad thing. Like, I
Yeah.
never would have known.
For 24 hours, people got the bonus episode with Dave the Thinker on it, and I was like, because I looked at it, it was like, wait a
That's
second,
not that's those
bonus
people
is
got a
an
treat.
hour and 41 minutes. This new episode, an hour and 41 minutes. I was like, that's weird that the time was exactly. I don't remember us going almost 2 hours on that one.
We
And
did go late.
I listened to it a little bit. I was like, oh shit. Okay. So I took that down. Had to re-upload every fucking thing. Didn't even tweet it this time.
Well, so some people got some bonus content for free
Yeah.
for a
Oh yeah. Oh,
day
by the way, way more fucking people than you would think too. Like this was the week people decided to tune the fuck in. Uh,
on the first day, yeah.
yeah.
Well, it was good though. It was a good bonus.
Yeah, but you gotta pay $1 for that.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Also, we were
I want 25 cents.
really letting loose that because the Patreon makes you feel so safe and comfy and like nobody's here. This is our own little private club. A couple of our friends might hear
Yeah.
it, and then Bryden fucks us all.
Yeah, I did. I did screw up pretty bad.
Just
I did do that.
I don't even think that's the first time. Didn't one time you post the link to the YouTube video where people like the private link where people could just click and look at
Oh,
it for free
oh,
one day?
for like the first 9 weeks of the Patreon. Yeah, under the
Yeah.
description, it just had a YouTube link because I didn't know. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that went on for a long time. Yeah.
I'm just saying that when
I
we
was
talk
wondering why
about
like 50 people were listening to the Patreon episode. I'm like, well, that's not right. Like, we don't have
we're
that
not
many.
making that much money. Yeah.
That's like, this was like the first 9 weeks of the Patreon. And I was like, that seems like a lot for that. Like, how is that? I guess they're just sharing it around, which again, I've said a million times.
That's
Do
fine.
what you
Yeah.
gotta do. That's fine. I can't stop you. I don't care, honestly. Uh, but I thought, wow, that's pretty neat. That stopped as soon as I realized that
Yeah.
I was just posting it for free. So, I'm not a smart guy.
No. We will forgive you this time.
Yeah.
Next time, I'm not so sure.
Well, I don't think there's gonna be a next time because I have a new file management system for this.
Oh, the system's gonna save us. A new system.
It is. I'm gonna delete the old episodes instead of just letting them sit there in the same folder.
No, don't do that. What if we lost them someday? Then they're gone forever.
Oh, no, I have a separate folder called episodes to be worked where I export them from DaVinci after I put NS1 on them.
Oh, I see.
And
So you just had multiple files of everything.
yes,
Very efficient
it was
and not
so
confusing at all, right?
it was so not confusing. It worked for a long time, and then it just, like a tower of bricks just fell over on me.
Yeah. No
Um,
one could have seen that coming.
yeah, yeah, I know. That's you would think I would have thought about that, but
What's insane is that we're not siblings. Like, we didn't grow up together and we're just the same person.
Mhm. It's fun.
How did that happen?
We're just children of fucking poverty, dude. Like
Yeah.
I mean, we lived similar lives, like
Yeah. Well, yeah.
different in different ways. Nobody ever told me that I was made of magic, but
We were dealing with different kinds of retards.
yeah, it was, if your parents are fucking dumb and you grow up poor, you end up sort of like this.
It's a problem. You end up with a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wish you didn't because now there's too many and I'm never going to succeed. So,
Oh my gosh. You know what? I just remembered something. So my husband has this friend, okay, who
holy
was
shit.
like, yeah, right? People have
Wait,
those.
is it
It's
me?
crazy.
Is it
No,
me?
it's not you. It's a different one.
Oh.
It's a different guy. There's 2 of them
Does he bother
apparently.
him to buy things? Does he constantly he's like, "You should probably spend $200 on this."
No, actually, which is great for me. I'm like, "Why are you even talking to Bryden? He doesn't make you waste money." Like
No, listen, this is slightly different than what you have now. Everything I told you before that is bullshit. You should spend
yeah.
$200 on this now.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. Yeah. Like the one plugin that you told him was gonna fix all his
Well,
problems,
it
and he
did.
finally tried it, and it fixed all his problems, and now you're trying to tell him that it's not good?
No, it
Like,
is good.
what
Master plan
no,
is
you're
really good.
confusing him.
Master plan is really good, but as I told him when I told him to buy it,
Goodness gracious.
you should still EQ your stuff before you put it in there.
Okay, whatever, whatever. But he has this friend, right? And his friend was like, "Oh, yeah, my wife used to be just obsessed with her career and she didn't, go and do things. And she just went to work and came home and she was really stressed and all this stuff. So I got her all this stuff for a new hobby, right? And she's doing this really cool hobby. And
Ball gags, leather.
I was like, that's really cool. Her hobby's really cool. Okay. And
What's her hobby?
it's like reptiles. It's cool.
Wait, that's how is reptiles a hobby?
It just you just have a lot of them. I
Okay,
don't
you
know.
have
We're
them.
not
So
gonna get into
collecting.
it. Yeah, like
Well,
a
you're
lot.
just. I
Yes.
mean, they're just. Oh, what are your interests? Ghouls? Like, what is that?
Yes, octopuses are not my hobby, to be clear. That's not what I'm saying here. But, and so I'm like, "Oh, wow, she's so cool." And my husband, he looks at me and he just with, like, genuine sympathy in his voice, mocking me. He sounded like he just really put it on. He says, "That's okay, honey. You do cool things too. You have a podcast." And I was like, there was a pause there to everything, and I was
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm gonna
yeah.
get him for that then, because he's mocking me as well.
Yeah,
We're
he's
a
mocking
team.
us. He's mocking us.
That's bullshit.
He doesn't believe in us. He'll believe in us when we ghost hunt.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what this has always been about. So
I don't know if nobody else picked up on that, but this is leading up to Bryden being devoured by a ghost
yeah, I mean, dude,
in a creepy basement.
because I'm the guy, that's what I'm gonna do on our ghost hunt. I'm gonna be like, "Is anybody here?" Ooh, and I'm gonna walk around, and I'll be like, "I'll be right back," and then I'm wandering around,
You
and then it cuts to me, and I'm just drinking beer, and I'm like muttering, I'm like, "Fucking ghost hunt, yeah, right,
Oh, it's because 'cause you're the skeptic. Oh my
yeah."
gosh, you're definitely getting eaten. Meanwhile, I'm a true believer, and I think silver is the way to go. A silver sword.
Well, here's the problem:
What?
you're not pretty enough to get away.
Mhm. Well, no, that's good
You're not
because
gonna
if
be
we don't
you're
have
not gonna be the
any
final girl.
no, no, we just have to make sure if there's other girls there, they're uglier and fatter. So that way they get eaten
It's a
first, at least.
real low budget story if you're the final girl, dude. What kind of fucking 70s bullshit is this?
No, but it makes sense because I can kick the ghost's ass. Some cute little whatever is not no.
The final girl's always cute, dude. She's the
Yeah.
prettiest one.
Makes no sense.
I mean, listen, for the sake of none of us being killed by ghosts, I agree that Jenna Ortega does not come on our ghost hunt.
No.
All right, because she's gonna live. Hollywood keeps pushing her on me. She
Yeah,
looks like a kid, dude. I think
she
I'm just old.
does?
I'm just old.
I think you're old. Yes. Yeah, you're definitely old.
She looks too
It's
young. She's like in her 20s. She just looks
it's the
too young.
baby face. It's
Yeah,
because she has a baby face and she's got these, like,
I don't like it.
big ol' eyes and, like, big lips, but not in the lip filler way, like, those are her real lips,
Yeah.
and it's just, like,
Are they?
childlike features. I think they are, yeah.
I mean,
They
dude,
look real to me.
I can get on by like I could see her being hot in a few years, you know?
Yeah, no, she's not gonna get 100 like, she is the hot age.
But
She's not going to grow out of it. She's done
yeah.
the she'll lose some of the cheek fat as she gets older.
I think
That
maybe
will help
that's
a lot with the baby
I
face.
think that may be what it is for me. Cause like, that's she just looks like a kid, and I'm like, Listen, Jenna, if you're listening, you're an in shape young woman. Of course, you're attractive. But
I think she's adorable, but yeah, not
yeah,
like
it's not. I
hot.
don't like
Yeah,
back in my day. It was like young Angelina Jolie. You know, whew, Britney Spears. Like those
well,
were
even
they
Britney
were hot.
Spears was kind of cutesy, but yeah, not like baby faced.
I mean, also to be fair, I was in like the 6th grade when "Hit Me, Baby, One More
Yeah,
Time" came out, so my shit's a little skewed on that. But no, she just looks fucking way too
yeah.
young for me.
I'll tell you what though, I finally watched something with her in it because I didn't ever watch the Wednesday show or
Oh
anything
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They make her play an
Um,
actual kid.
well, she was the teenage daughter in Beetlejuice. So I
Oh,
watched the on a plane, I watched it, and I was wearing my Beetlejuice jacket because I have a black and white leather striped jacket that
sure,
it
really
looks
cool.
like him.
You're
Anyway,
so fucking
um,
cool.
so sitting there watching Beetlejuice on the plane, and my husband's, like, taking pictures of me
Yeah,
secretly, like, sending them to people, like, "Look at my wife,"
yeah.
which
My
is
wife's
like,
fucking retarded.
okay, taking creep shots. Why does he do that? He
He's
was doing
making
that
fun
at
of
the
you.
grocery store one day too, where he was just, like, taking creep shots of me because I was wearing my platforms
You
and a
think
bat
that
dress.
you think that I don't get these pictures? He's been begging me to post them on fucking the official account for weeks. He says,
When I was just, like, perusing the meats at Kroger's, like, just looking at
"I bet
steaks, like
I'll bet you peruse the meat plenty of time, whore." Abby's a whore. Abby's a whore. I've said it before, but Abby's a whore.
we need more
We need drops, is what we
songs on
need.
this
I've
show.
got
We need drops and songs and
no, but Jenna Ortega. I've only seen her in the Scream. Was it 5 and 6? And she plays like the youngest person in that movie
Mm.
too.
Well, I thought she was great as a teenage to dumb teenage girl, angsty teenage girl, and Beetlejuice. I
She's
think
the
that's the role she's allowed to
okay, but
play. I
she's like
don't know.
25.
Yep.
Like
Well, that's
how
not
old
new.
is Jenna? I
You
know,
always
but
have a mix of people playing
oh,
teenagers,
never
like,
mind.
even
She's
like
22.
oh, she's 22?
So yeah,
Well,
she's
that works
literally a
still.
child.
Good for her. But,
Yeah, this is. I mean, she's got like she just looks like a kid. She's gonna be hot. I think in like 6 years, I'm gonna be like, oh, she's pretty hot.
probably when she gets some of the cheek fat gone, which
Yeah.
will fade over time. She's
Listen,
like the one person who might actually could use the buccal fat removal and not look like an alien.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. Look,
but
like I'm sure the body's rocking. All right, the body's 22. I'm sure she looks great, but I just the face. It's like you're a kid.
I
Like
will say though, it is refreshing that they've picked a girl to play teenage girls that actually looks like one,
sure,
because
back in
so
our day, they were
it just
just a
shows,
30-year-old.
man. Well, even like, okay, so Buffy, right? Sarah Michelle Gellar was only like, I think 6 months or maybe a year older than her character was supposed to be, right? And so was Allison Hannigan. And so that you've got a couple people on there that are teenagers, and then their friends are like a 30-year-old woman playing the hottest girl in school. And she's like,
Yeah.
by season 4,
Hit
she
the
should
no, no,
not have
no.
been
Say it.
dressing like a
Say it.
teenager.
Hold on. Say it. Hit the wall.
No. No, she did not hit the wall, but she should have been playing someone's extremely hot mother who like she was
Yeah.
yeah,
No, I
just
don't know.
not convincing as a 17-year-old girl, but,
Wasn't Jennifer Aniston in Evil Dead 2?
I don't remember.
I want to say she was. Um, why is this? Yes, she was. Oh no, she was also in Leprechaun. Holy shit! I gotta go
I don't
rewatch
know.
Leprechaun. Uh,
Oh, but yeah, no, Charisma Carpenter is who I'm talking about, right? So, and then she goes on to the spinoff, and there's this point where I was actually
wait,
ranting too,
wait,
but what?
wait.
Go
I
ahead.
was wrong. She was not in Evil Dead 2. What am I thinking
Mm.
of that she was
I
in?
don't know. I barely remember Evil Dead 2. I
I didn't think.
remember Army of Darkness a lot better.
Yeah, well, Army of Darkness fucking rules. God damn it. Sorry, go ahead. I'm gonna Google
Oh,
Jennifer
okay.
Aniston horror
So
movies.
Charisma Carpenter played Cordelia Chase in Buffy, and she goes off to the spinoff Angel on whenever that started, right? But so she's playing this character who I think at the point where she sleeps with Angel's 18-year-old son, her character is supposed to be like 22. So, like, you're not
That's legal.
supposed to be like, whoa, that's crazy because she's barely even older than him. But the actress is like 35, dude, and she looks 35. And so the scene is very difficult to watch because
What's
they
wrong with
picked
that?
a man
What's wrong
who
with
would
it with
look
it?
young,
What's
you
wrong?
know,
What's wrong? Oh, how yeah,
to make
okay.
him like the 18-year-old son, so he doesn't look like a grown man. He's this
Sure.
scrawny little goofy looking kid,
Well,
like
you
they
rarely
cast
are.
him.
You rarely are at 18. I mean, there's some of those guys join the military. But
Yeah,
yeah, a lot
he
of
wasn't one of those
18-year-olds.
guys,
Yeah.
okay?
A lot of 18-year-olds, they look a little, boyish.
Well well, and he's also one of those characters who's like, "Oh, he's so scrawny and boyish and small, but he's so super strong because his dad's a vampire." So, like, the contrast there with the strength, the super
Mm.
strength was
So
necessary.
so the only thing that I'm just finding on a real quick Google search, which must have been what I was thinking of, and it kind of makes sense, is Jennifer Aniston was in Leprechaun, which would have made sense because I remember the only reason I bring this up, besides our previous conversation, was I remember sitting in a living room as a child, and one of the few times we're like all passively watching a movie, going in and out of the living room or whatever. And my mom
Okay.
and my dad are talking, and there's Aniston on the television in a horror movie with a backwards hat on, and they're having a similar conversation about Aniston
Oh,
is
yeah.
like hotter now on Friends than she was. She was real young back in
Mhm.
1993's
Well,
Leprechaun.
she had kind of a baby face for a while too,
She
didn't she?
did, very hamster-like. And my
Yeah.
dad saying like, "Well, I'm sure like, Bryden probably thinks that, she's hotter there." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And I was thinking in my head like, "No, I like that fully formed adult Jennifer Aniston."
Oh, you were a very good boy. How old
Been
were you, did you say? Like,
Oh gosh, I was probably like, I
I'm
don't know,
sorry,
probably
I
like
just
12, something like that.
yeah.
But, Friends was on the air. We were I was probably like, I don't know, it was probably a 14, something like that. But, I'm
Yeah,
thinking like,
I will say I don't think people were thinking when I, because 'cause I'm, like, the same age, I'm, like, a year or 2 younger than Miley Cyrus, like, I don't think anybody was thinking Hannah Montana was hot. People were saying Angelina Jolie was hot in high school, you know what I mean?
there were people, they were on the internet and they were gross.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Miley Cyrus is still not hot, I'm sorry.
Well, she's got a very
Yeah,
interesting
especially now.
face. Yeah.
Her face is like a wrecking ball. Got it.
She looks like
Nobody? Come
I
on.
I want to be nice and say a mouse, but it's not a mouse.
No, if like if I saw a mouse like that, I'd actually
Yeah.
like kill the mouse. Like I normally am trying to figure out how to get a mouse out of the house. There's a moose loose in the hoose, and I'm fucking trying to stop him from eating.
You need to stop because I read so much Dr. Seuss that I do accidentally start, and I'll notice myself, and I'll be, like, talking to the kids. I'm trying to, like, get them to clean their rooms today, and I just started a rhyming scheme accidentally. You do not get me going. I was like, "Oh god," and then I'm so amused by it that I keep it
A
going, and then
moose?
the kids get really annoyed.
I'm amused by the moose, loose in the hoose. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
we gotta
great
write
job,
children's
great job.
books. Do the
Yes,
Dear Abbeys.
exactly.
I mean, I'll just fucking, rip off Dr. Seuss entirely. I don't give a shit. There once was a faggot from Nantucket. Oh, this is nothing like Dr. Seuss. God damn it.
My favorite one is Thidwick the Kind-Hearted Moose, um,
Okay. Yeah.
which is all about why immigration is bad. It's just like a cute little parable about yeah.
I don't know
You
if
should
that's
read
what
it.
it's about.
I read,
Do the show.
okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's get into our Dear Abbeys. Dear Abby,
I like that
do
Thenwick
you
has a butt for a nose, by the way. That's just has a butt for a nose, but okay.
Well, because all these animals okay, the first animal is like, "Oh, okay, now you live in your horns for a little bit. Can I just perch there? It
Oh, I
looks so
remember this
comfy and I'm
one.
tired," right? And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then that guy invites, like, his cousin, right? And then before you know it, there's all these freaking animals in Thidwig's antlers making a mess, playing loud music, okay, hitting each other with chanclas, okay? That's what they're doing. And then these hunters come and they're gonna shoot Thidwig, and his head is so heavy because of all of these disgusting, intruders that
Yeah.
will not leave his horns, and most of them invited themselves, the floodgates open, they're just coming in. And so, anyway, there's a happy ending, though. All of those animals end up stuffed on a trophy by the hunters, and Thidwig ditched them all.
I mean, you gotta really wonder about that, lizard that invited all of those other guys in.
Yep. Anyway, so dear Abby, do you think we could ever create a magnetosphere on Mars to make it habitable?
I don't
The
know.
magnetosphere on the Earth is what protects us from like solar radiation, basically, from
That's
like
so no,
storms from the
the
sun.
what, the firmament? Like, you're asking the wrong
Yes.
fucking show, bro.
Yes.
Like,
Basically, the firmament.
that shit's fucking fake, and why don't you take that shit to Elon's fucking gay little X hangouts or whatever spaces over there with this fucking, like, science shit. That sucks. That's not true. You know what is true? Go outside. Look at how flat the fucking earth is, dumbass.
I was in a plane
And it was flat.
last week. Yeah, and I was looking at the window and I was like, you know what? I don't think they're even trying anymore. Like this window is not even refracting. Like there's not
No,
it just looks flat.
because it's fucking flat, because we're in a dome and the earth is flat. Just it's
Yeah.
stupid as fuck.
Anyway, though, I did go to Google and I asked it, could we create a magnetosphere on Mars? And
Google, the Jewish search engine?
what it says is, um, you could make a magnetic field generator. An artificial magnetic field could be created by placing a large dipole or closed electric circuit between the sun and Mars.
Why are we putting diapers between fucking the sun and Mars to try
It's
to
retarded. So you're gonna build a thing between the sun and Mars, a
yeah, it's
closed electric circuit between that's a lot of wire,
no,
okay?
that's so stupid. That's like when they start telling you about, like, magnets, like, just
Yeah,
they're a fucking miracle. That's how they work,
yeah,
dumbass.
exactly.
Why do these people spit in the face of God so often?
Because they are the children of the devil and
This
they do
is
the devil's bidding every day of their lives, the words they speak are the words of the devil.
that's you listening to this, you fucking dickhead. You better straighten up, fly right. Better
Yeah,
fucking knock that shit off. Whatever this fucking
Lucifer
yeah, dude,
is coming for you.
he's already
And
you're in his grasp.
yeah. And he's gonna say all these nice things like, "Oh, don't worry, the government's not lying to you. They have your best interests at heart. Why would they cover something like this up? It would be crazy for for everyone to be able to cover up something this big from you." And it sounds nice, but he's the deceiver.
I mean, seriously, Reddit, Snoo, the Reddit mascot, is the Antichrist. He is the deceiver. And being a part of his fucking weird beast network is absolutely crazy. I'm sorry. Like, explain to me why you think the fucking earth is round. No, really. You sound as smart as a global warming guy.
It's
You're like, well, the
because a book told
scientists.
them.
Yeah,
They
dude,
read it
go
in a book
outside.
that the government assigned to them.
Go outside. Literally, the meme is touch grass. Touch grass.
Touch
Is there a
grass.
curve? Then you're on a hill. Like the earth's flat.
That
It's
is confusing. We do have to explain that. You can't just go
yeah.
out and touch the ground and be like, "Is this flat?" Because, like, you might be on a hill
It
or
might yeah, there's a
you're
mound.
just like, yeah.
I mean, I just when have you ever seen the earth be round except for in government manufactured documents? You dumb fuck.
Exactly.
And they admit that those photos are fucking touched up and fake. Idiot. Like
They
that's
do. They do. Everything that NASA puts out is fake. It's a recreation of what they are imagining
nobody
is
you
there.
know has been to space.
Also, you have to understand here because they try to trick you with all these things. These theoretical physicists, okay, will come at you with
I
terms
call them
like the
witch doctors.
Fermi paradox. What?
I call them witch doctors.
They are witch doctors because again, in league with Satan.
Mhm. That you who was
Kidding.
this, the big perm paradox or whatever?
Big perm paradox?
Yeah, whatever you were saying, something
Oh, the
about
Fermi
yeah.
paradox. Yes. So it's the idea that like this is why, these are the only reasons that could explain why we haven't found intelligent life and we would have found them by now and stuff. Those telescopes and things that they're pointing out are seeing a very narrow line of sight, right?
Yeah,
They're not seeing everything.
yeah, exactly, like, think of it like all they are glasses for Earth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like what's her face in Alaska and being like, I could see Russia from my backyard. It's like, no, you
No,
can't.
no, that is a hoax by the Democrats that Abby
Palin could
is.
see. I just remembered her name.
She did not Sarah Palin did not say that. That was a line by
No.
Tina Fey on SNL that was used in Democrat propaganda and often
Oh,
repeated
that's
as if
funny.
she said it because Tina Fey
Really?
did yes,
I
because
didn't
Tina
know
Fey
that. I
yep.
thought she actually I just assumed she was making a joke and it got taken out of context.
Nope,
Okay. That's hilarious
she
to
said,
me.
"I'm the governor of Alaska, Russia are my neighbors," or something like that, and then Tina Fey gets on SNL and says, "I could see Russia from my house," and then that was taken same thing that
That's
they
hilarious to
tried to
me.
do with JD Vance of JD Vance fucked a couch, which it'd be cooler if he did, but it was just a viral tweet of someone being really funny, and then they just made it into a thing. See,
Well, that's
Democrats are
reality
liars.
now. Well, no, that's just how things work now is people will cite a tweet of someone just saying a thing, just a random anonymous Twitter user said a thing as
Yep.
like citation and evidence for literally anything. That's just reality now.
Okay. Now look,
What?
now it's the picture of, we're both spacemen, and then I'm pointing a gun at the back of your head, and we're in front of Earth, and I say, "Always has been."
I
Alright?
don't
Because it's
I don't
always
like
been that
it.
way, dude.
It's very upsetting. I
This
don't
is why
like it
I
at
find
all.
propaganda so fucking distasteful, and even in my more radical days have never liked it, is because I feel that good ideas don't need propaganda. There's a big argument among,
I
dissident
agree
right
with you
individuals,
now.
because you can use propaganda as a tool, but I'm sorry, you know, I don't. I think the truth needs no fucking help. Um, but everybody else thinks the otherwise, and it turns out everyone's a fucking retard. So if you're
I
going for
agree. Everyone
control,
is a retard.
if you're going for control, then you have to use propaganda. If you're just going for the truth, then you don't fucking need propaganda. The whole thing pisses me off. Also, fuck them for this Epstein shit today, by the way. Oh,
Today?
yep, I knew it was going to be fucking bullshit.
What
Oh,
happened?
Pam Bondi, I have the Epstein stuff on my desk. Okay, give it a couple days, and then I'm on Jesse Waters, and tomorrow, breaking news, we're going to get some of that was the keyword, some of the Epstein files out tomorrow. And then today you get Mike Cernovich, very salty, and all of that, and some libs at TikTok and all these other fucking faggots who, by the way, I'm not gonna get real political and should I read out their connections? I don't know. I don't know. This was given to me. I knew they were bad news, but um I could read them out if you want. What do you think? That's gonna be your call.
I'm a little lost here. I'm out of the loop here. I
They
will
handed
trust your
them
judgment on
they
that.
had
I don't mind causing problems.
they handed out, these little binders, and it was the Epstein's files, phase one. And the people they handed them out to, this comes from courtesy of Evan Tanner. Cernovich was one of the
Thanks, Evan.
guys worked with Dershowitz to protect Epstein. He tried to block an accuser's appeal in court when she called Cernovich out publicly for trying to intimidate her. Cernovich publicly distanced himself from Dershowitz. I remember that. Libs of TikTok is part of a prominent Shabbat family in LA. He thinks that she's astroturfed. She was tied and was tied up at the Daily Wire and Babylon Bee before doing Libs of TikTok. We all know that she's obviously radically pro-Israel.
Almost every
She's a Zionist.
name,
That's fine. She's Jewish as fuck.
almost every prominent name in in those spheres of Twitter, same as on the left, are fake people. They're not on your side. Like there's an
A-
angle
all
there.
of
They're being
these
paid by someone to do something.
So all of these people, and I saw a wonderful tweet that called out that two of these guys, DC Drano and whoever's name's Pratcher, something like that, they tweeted the exact same fucking thing
Oh,
about
that'll
this.
happen a lot.
Yeah, because it's bullshit. And so let's get to what were these fucking, Epstein files phase one. Thanks, Pam Bondi. Yeah, that was shit that was publicly available, but now redacted in this release like 8 years ago.
Of course.
So this is fucking trash. Now, Eric Erickson on the radio today, I heard him defending it, saying, some people on the internet, they just think that, they like the story of Achilles, that battle was real, but all this other stuff wasn't, and maybe it's just not as interesting as people think. Oh, really,
No,
Eric
it's really
Erickson?
freaking interesting.
Yeah, because it's bullshit and they're protecting the Mossad. They're protecting Mossad. Like that's all it is. I don't know why I thought that this guy. Where's the JFK stuff? Where's the RFK
No, they
stuff?
released the
Where's the
JFK stuff,
MLK
but
stuff?
nobody cares, so
No,
no
no, no,
one's
no, no,
talking
no, no.
about it.
They did they do that today? Because they
Not
previously did Trump previously did stuff, but a lot of it was redacted. He didn't release all of it. And he says now, okay, I'm going to release all of it. They told me maybe shouldn't do it.
I
I
didn't
have
look
him
at
on
it
audio
myself,
doing it.
but my father-in-law came up to me like a week ago and was like, "Hey, you see that there was a second shooter?" So, like,
There's
he said that he was reading about the release. I didn't look it up myself.
I don't think there's been any new stuff, but during the first Trump presidency, there was a lot released that basically said, yeah, the CIA fucking killed him. It
Yeah.
could be alluded to. Um,
Well, okay, my point there though was just gonna be like nobody cares about that anymore. At this point, it
I
doesn't
do.
matter.
I do.
Okay, right. Okay, in my mind, we all know already. Okay, I don't think that a lot of people are as emotionally connected to it anymore as they are to the Epstein case. So you release the JFK thing. It's been so long, none of it that matters that much to anybody anymore.
They're
Cover
all
up the
dead.
Epstein stuff.
Everyone that covered it up is dead.
Yes, exactly. That's what. Yeah,
So
distractions.
I mean, it's just bullshit. The Epstein phase one is fucking bullshit. Now, there's the possibility that Pam Bondi is also being played. So they just gave her all this nonsense and she's like, great, they're gonna like this because she probably wasn't paying attention to the Epstein bullshit, you know?
No, she's just being paid to do a job.
Right. So she's like, cool, we're gonna give him the stuff. That's great. Because I haven't looked at it myself. There's like a lot. Uh I'm just going by Twitter. So maybe I'm totally wrong. I'm not totally wrong. I'm, you know, but I'm just full disclosure. Uh Maybe, she didn't know. She thought, hey, we're giving them something. Then she put it now on Kash Patel, head of the FBI, saying, hey, give us all of this stuff. Well, I don't know. They've had years to fucking delete everything. So phase two better have some real shit in it. And the thing is, it won't. It fucking won't. Because they're covering up for Mossad. And they're covering up for who the fuck knows who else is in there that they like and they view as useful to them. And you know what? If I'm on the left, what I'm saying is, yeah, the reason that because everybody's universally mad about this. What I would say if I'm going to be on their side is, yeah, the reason they did it is because Trump's on that shit. That's your talking point.
Yep.
That's your propaganda.
Honestly,
It's so fucking stupid. We all know. I hated when it happened, which we all kind of figured that was going to happen. Clinton's kill people, right? When it became a meme, when people on Fox News were signing off with Epstein didn't kill himself, I was like, this isn't even a real thing anymore. This is a
no,
trend.
it's a cute little meme now. It's a little signal to show you're on the right side.
It's the most blatant fucking everybody knows. It's the most blatant fucking assassination of an intelligence asset ever. That they did such a bad job covering it up that
They
everyone
really
knows.
could have made that more believable. It's almost like mocking us, honestly.
Yeah, well, it is because they don't care. But yeah, they were never going to give us every fucking thing, but give us more than things that have already been available before. It was so fucking bad that even Sean Hannity was like, well, I wish they would have given us more than that. I'm not gonna rush to judgment on the people who are named in it because you know what they gave us? A list of which were already readily available. A list of phone numbers of guys that Jeffrey Epstein knew. Alec Baldwin, what an asshole. I don't know if he fucked kids.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
nothing.
Jeffrey Epstein having his phone number does not mean that he did that shit.
No, it
That's
doesn't. It's not evidence of anything. You're right.
like, oh yeah, a billionaire? You mean a bunch of people cozied up to a billionaire and might not have fucking, been a part of that? What the fuck? So it's trash. And this is the first major fucking failure, in my opinion, of the goddamn Donald Trump administration number two. And
You
I
have
don't
to
know what I
remember they're
expected.
still the government. They're still controlled by other people. Like a new president doesn't just come in and
No,
it's
this
totally
cat
free
no,
reign.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
This cabinet is pretty high dollar. It's
I'm not
pretty
talking
good.
about the cabinet. I'm talking about like big the powers that be.
The
Okay.
deep
There are
state.
people gets into office the first time at least and is told all kinds of information he didn't have before. He's given all kinds of rules that he didn't know he was going to have. Like that's the way these things operate. I'm just saying
Sure.
he's not exactly in charge.
And Donald Trump on the second term has told them to go fuck themselves. And he's outwardly fighting the deep state. I believe that. And maybe Pam
Mhm.
Bondi is as well. The FBI and the DOJ are, not doing anything to be helpful. I completely agree with that. But this is some bullshit and they
You
need
know, it's
to fix
bullshit.
it. Fix
Yeah.
it. Figure it out. If I don't see actual Epstein shit by the end of next week, fuck both these guys. I said I misspelled the tweet, but I do mean this. FBI Director Kash Patel. If I don't see some real Epstein shit, I promise I will redeem this gift card, bro. I will redeem it. It's a
He's gonna
race
redeem it.
that's a racist joke. Because have you not seen those?
No.
The videos. So like people do uh like Indian scam caller, they'll, call in and people scam them back or whatever, just troll 'em.
Mm.
And there's this great video of this guy screaming, uh, do not this guy's pretending to be an old lady, and he's like, do not redeem it, do not, ma'am, I'm telling you, do not redeem it. Because he's like setting up these gift cards and he's like, oh, just redeem the gift card. And it's you need to see these. These are great.
Okay, yeah, no, I don't know.
I hate
I don't
Indian scammers. I hate Indian scammers so much.
I just yeah, I
Fuck
had no
the
idea what that
government.
was a reference to. Yes,
Fuck
fuck the
the
government. Fuck
government.
the government. I agree with you very much. I have been happy to see that they have done some things that I like
They've been great
so
lately.
far, this administration. But at the end of the day, I think that the reason I can't get quite as fired up about this
They've been
is
great.
that I don't
Doge is great.
I'm at every point waiting for the other shoe to drop with this. You know?
Oh, yeah,
Like
you don't have to
there's it is the
we're
government.
not supposed to worry about that until about a year and a half from now.
Yeah, but I'm worried now.
Don't be worried now. We're not supposed to be. The intelligence portion of this is never gonna get sorted out. That's just an evil beast that's never gonna be fucking safe. I'm loving the let's fire all of the government employees
That's
thing.
great. I know people who are very, very mad right now.
Good.
And
Fuck
all
you
of them,
too.
it's because like, oh, my brother's getting fired or something. It's like, well, maybe he should have been doing a better job. I don't know what to tell you, dude. But
Here's
like
well,
your personal, like your own brother losing his job because of things that need to be done. Like this stuff needs to be done.
yeah.
That doesn't mean it
Well, something else I'm really
someone losing their job doesn't mean that we should not fix the government's massive, massive problems. Like, that's retarded. And you all need to calm down and get over yourself. Like,
no,
oh no, you were personally inconvenienced. We're all going to be personally inconvenienced by all of this. That's how it's going to go.
I'm thrilled about it, and I can't
Yes.
wait. I can't wait because it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and this is what I've been begging for. Anybody that used to listen
Yeah.
to my fucking old politics show, anybody that's listened to my streams or anything, I have been begging for something like this for a long time. And guess
But people
what?
are
The
such babies.
bro,
They
the
want
economy's
something
about to take
and
a dive.
they're
It's
like, all of this is shit, right? And everything's going wrong. The people who rule over us hate us. We should do something drastic, right? So they vote for a guy who promises to do drastic things. And then the guy starts doing drastic things and he hires the genius billionaire to do drastic things and be a total autistic goober while
he
he does
sucks.
it.
He
I'm
does suck.
sorry, but yeah, like I get
Also,
that.
so real quick, can I
Yeah,
interject with?
but
I'm not
well, yeah.
crazy about a foreign-born guy being that in charge
Yeah,
of stuff.
I agree. That's something I don't like either, but it's like, I mean, I
He's a
kinda
bit,
just wanna set the fires too, though, so it's fine,
yeah.
but,
Well, as long as
okay,
we
but
can both admit
if
that,
he's yes, like,
yeah,
that's not good, but he is setting the fires that need to be set
yeah.
and not the fires that we wanna get rid of. You know what I mean?
And you got to think of him anyway. He's more a billionaire than he is any resident of any country. I mean, you
Oh,
reach a
yeah.
certain money level, you
Just an
don't.
international citizen.
You just,
Yeah.
yeah, you just kind of are of the world.
He's been
Uh,
here a while. Okay, but no, what I'm saying is like people really they seem to really understand that big drastic things need to happen and like maybe it'll hurt for a little bit and then,
it's gonna hurt for
but
two
these things will
years.
be fixed and improved in some way, right? And then their brother loses their job or something. And it's like, "Oh, this is terrible. I wish I hadn't voted for this." You're a baby.
Okay,
You are a
real
whiny baby.
quick.
Go poop in your diaper.
Do
What?
you know anybody that's actually said, "I wish I hadn't voted for Trump"?
Yes. And it's
Really?
specifically because a family member lost their job.
Can we get them on the show? Because I have
No.
yet to meet one. Is it
No,
an internet person
it's
or a
just
person
some
you know?
it's just some retard woman I know, okay, who doesn't understand that when you have like, what did you think was gonna happen?
They
Okay?
literally campaigned
Trump
on that, by the
shows
way.
up yes. First of all, yes, it was very clear, like,
More
yeah,
proof, more
okay,
proof to repeal the
but, like,
19th.
if
What a
the
dumbass.
government is bad and everything they do is inefficient or corrupt, then yes, the people you know that have government jobs may be inconvenienced. And all these tariffs and things, like what are you going to do when groceries cost more?
We're gonna
Okay?
pay
Are you
more.
going to cry and demand to stay exactly like we are now? Or are you going to deal with the pain for a couple of
Also,
years and then it's fixed?
can we also just jump into none of our prices have anything to do with tariffs yet.
No, at all. No,
Like
it was already like this.
this is
We've been complaining
not.
about it for 4 years.
Yeah, no, people are like, "Oh my god, egg prices." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Biden killed all those fucking." Which apparently, I fucking talked to Erica about it, and I've
The
like done
bird
a
flu
little.
thing?
Yeah, I guess that's just been
Mhm.
standard protocol forever.
Oh, yeah. That's
Uh,
not new. That's a distraction. Again, they're highlighting plane crashes and bird flu outbreaks in the normal protocol to stop the spread of bird flu because it's actually cheaper to kill the chickens than it is to
which I
vaccinate them all.
well, apparently they if there's not if there's just a report in the region of where your farm is, you kill all the chickens, which is bullshit. And I'm sorry, I believe the earth is flat and I believe that, lizard, slash Jewish, I think they meet Masonic entities run the entire global government, but I think they killed all those fucking chickens just to make the price of eggs rise after they lost the election. That's what I
I
think
mean, it's
happened.
always possible, but it is pretty much standard protocol. So there's also a thing that started happening in 2012 with salmonella, where there were
Who's
huge outbreaks.
salmonella?
Salmonella, I think she has something to do with Liza Minnelli. I always had that connected. I think there was some
You know
what
what
is that
sucked
show?
up?
Kids Next Door reference that did that to me, like some weird wires crossed that makes me, yeah.
I don't know if I did too. I never watched Kid Next Door, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I ever. I think that she did orbit around my mind every time I
Yeah,
thought of
it's
salmonella.
just it makes sense, right?
Huh? That's good.
Right? Like there's a connection.
We need like a cool thing that we say when something like that. We got to go siblings like
Is
that.
that cool?
I
Would
wanted.
that be cool?
Well, yeah, I wanted us to get matching rings. I got my ring. You still need to
You're
order
right.
yours.
I know. Well, it is a little gay, but we can be gay together. It'll be great. Okay, the problem was that I did order some clothes off that website.
You didn't get the ring, you bitch.
And well, I was checking on I was gonna do a second order because I was excited, but it is just like AliExpress bullshit, twice as expensive, the
The ring
clothes
is
are.
the ring is nice though. Actually, it's
I would imagine well, AliExpress has nice things too.
get the
Like, it's
exact
not all
ring.
just crap.
I know we had a what was the name of this website?
Uh,
Rick Ross knockoff.
dystopian streetwear.
Yeah, it's this Rick Ross knockoff fucking
Yeah.
website.
There's some cool stuff on there, but yeah, you can get it off AliExpress. It's just hard to find things specifically because you're not gonna find the brand or anything like that, you know what I
Well,
mean?
everything is drop shipping, and the whole world is a
Mm.
lie. I like it. The whole flat world is a lie. But you got to get the ring. The ring was
I
actually
gotta
pretty
get the ring.
solid. The ring was actually
Okay.
solid. I was surprised. Like I threw it a
It's a
bunch,
cool
and
ring.
it is it is a skeleton hand ring,
It's a skeleton
and
hand
in the
ring.
knuckles of the skeleton hand, it does have little skulls in it.
Did it come with any product information at all?
If it did, I threw it away. I don't know.
Okay, I was just asking, because the reason I didn't order the ring is I do have a nickel allergy,
No, no,
and
no.
these
This
days they
is
don't
a
make
hundred
cheap.
percent pewter.
Okay, well, then that'll be fine. Then, yeah, I do worry about it getting, like, knockoff jewelry and stuff because I literally get, like, chemical
Yellow, yeah.
blistering and burns. Like, it's real gross, actually, it's
This
disgusting.
at least said it was 100% pewter, and we had a conversation about that at the time. You said exactly that. You go, "Oh, good, it's pewter because I have a
You're
nickel
right, I
allergy."
just forgot. Yes, I should get it, and yes, we're very weak to our cool sibling
Siblings,
sibling thing
and we could,
siblings, he's
and we'll do that in public at the Applebee's while
Yes.
our spouses sit there, and then we'll go
It's
do
funny.
karaoke together.
I just one day we are all gonna get together, the stars are gonna
That's
line
gonna be
up, there
great.
won't be anything preventing it, and they are gonna just be dragged around. They're gonna end up so annoyed with us that they just become designated drivers, even
Yes,
though, like, we could have Ubered, but they just don't even want to hang with us anymore.
it's gonna be
So
great.
it's gonna be weird. Everybody's gonna be like,
I'm gonna get us outfits like in that Puff Daddy
"Oh,
video where it's
I could
just
go for themed outfits."
you just it just it looks like you're a hot pocket basically. It's just
Oh,
microwave. It's just this reflective
so we wear those and we go to the Asian karaoke bar,
yes.
okay, and
Well,
we
yeah,
rap.
but oh, dude, I 100% because we got to do inwards in Paris, and you can be
Yes.
Jay, and
Yeah,
I'll be Yay. It'll be
this
great.
is gonna be great.
Balls so hard, motherfuckers trying to find me. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. The second solution, by the way, we were trying to create a magnetosphere on Mars. The second
Yes.
solution that the Google AI gives me is an inflated structure could be placed in orbit around Mars to maintain a relative position between Mars and the sun.
How you gonna
And
inflate it? There's no air in space.
it's a great point. Okay. Where do you get the air?
You gotta what? You gotta just send the air there from where? I don't have that much air in my breath.
Also, it's like, what what's the point of having a giant bouncy house around your planet unless you can bounce on it?
That would be cool as shit though.
Like, no, but I was thinking more like,
You
what
can
if
get
we
to
put the
work
bouncy house
you
on the
can
surface as well?
no, well, yeah, but I was thinking like you could get to work so fast on Mars, you just jump outside, bounce.
Oh, yeah.
That would be great, and you just at work
That would be
or
really
dead.
fun.
You might die.
Most likely, because yeah, oh my goodness, because nothing's slowing you down when you come
Yeah,
back too. You're just like a rocket.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Or
or
maybe
everybody, official uniform of Mars, life jackets.
okay, okay. And you could like deflate the life jacket for like air resistance coming back in.
I
We
mean,
can have giant, like, bubble suits, like, bubble wrap where and we, like, pop however many bubbles make sense for how fast we're going toward the planet.
So I listen, I love buying new clothes all the time, but that seems like a hassle every
You
day.
have to buy a new one every
Yeah.
day.
Twice a day, you gotta buy new clothes. That sounds
You would love
great.
that.
I would
Yeah,
love
I was
that. I would love that. I would love that.
it's a good idea. There are some engineering challenges that the Google AI
Oh, sure.
pursues.
Yeah.
There are practical and engineering challenges to consider, such as the design, location, and construction of the magnetic field generator,
Yeah.
whether it's a giant cord stretching between the sun and Mars to create a closed electric circuit, or an inflatable bouncy house around the entire planet. There are
There
logistics.
were logistical problems with me fucking Angelina Jolie, alright? I guess
Yes,
it's theoretically possible,
it is.
and if we write it all down on paper, there are routes, alright? But, we're not gonna overcome any of those.
No,
Did you ever hear
there
about the space elevator?
I did.
Yeah, that was retarded. It was first introduced to me, well, I was on meth,
Oh, I
and
was about to say, was it that Ed, Ed and Eddie episode? Because that's where I first heard about it.
oh, no, this was
They
long.
built an elevator to the moon.
No, this was real logistics that a guy, like, really one of the only times I did straight meth.
Yep.
I did a lot of ecstasy, which, has a lot of meth in it, like pressed pills, ton of fucking meth in that shit. But, no, we all like sat around for 24 hours and smoked meth. It was crazy. Um,
Okay.
Decided never to do it again. I got so sick coming off it. I was like, I'm never going to do this again.
See, that's what I hear
It was
usually,
awful.
which is shocking how
It was
many
awful.
people do stay on it because everyone I've spoken to who has tried it was like, yeah, it was like a ton of fun, but
Yeah.
then I came down and decided I'm never touching it again. That was
Yeah.
a problem. Like this one girl was telling me that like she started to come down and she just started freaking out and, like, jumped out of the moving vehicle,
Oh,
like,
God.
she was in the passenger seat of her husband was driving, she, like, jumped out. They weren't going very fast because she was already, like, freaking out and screaming at him, so he was going pretty
Oh,
slow,
mine
on
wasn't
the
like
highway.
that. I just got
Yeah,
sick because the guy was
so
making chicken nuggets.
she jumped out and she ran into a field, and he had to find her.
That's very meth behavior, yeah. No,
She was on meth too, so he didn't find
oh,
her.
well, he's like,
She
"Bye."
just was out there for a while.
No, that's crazy meth behavior. No, the only reason I didn't ever do it again was because, like, my buddy was, he was being nice. He was, like, trying to make chicken nuggets. He was like, "Bro, we haven't eaten in a day. Like, you need to eat something." And I had, like, half a bite
Aw.
of chicken nugget, and I'm like, "It's fucking disgusting." And I probably didn't eat for, like, another 24 hours. My stomach was just eating up terribly, and I was like, "This is not for me, dude. I
No.
don't I don't like it." But yeah, I did hear a guy totally tweaked out talk to me about, not only his entire life, which was crazy. There was a group of us. I mean, there was probably like 8 guys. We're all tweaking.
It's
But
amazing what people will tell you when they're tweaking.
oh man, we were high for so
Like,
long. But yeah, there was they got into the space elevator thing. And this was before Barack Obama got elected.
okay.
Like, that's how long ago this was. I was probably 19. And yeah, he's talking about space elevator. And I always thought that was just a retarded thing. And then later in life, I'm like watching YouTube and I see that this
Oh,
is
yeah.
some gay theory that somebody came up with that would never work because of how the cords need to get larger and larger or whatever.
Yeah, that it wouldn't make any sense.
No, and it's also stupid. It's just gay. Also, it's gay. Even if it
The
works, that's
structural
stupid.
supports.
Yeah, it's beyond stupid. But if you're on meth, that guy was into space elevator and convinced that by now we'd have one. We were all
No.
going to be in space. I don't know where in space. None of us thought to ask.
Just in
Just at the
space.
top, it's space somewhere.
I had a community service that I had to do once back in the day when I was a teenager, and, I was at the police station washing police cars and picking up trash from there wasn't all that much trash at the police station. They didn't even take us anywhere. They were just like, "Yeah, just wash the
Just be
cars, and
around them and be
just
intimidated.
yeah, basically, and, you could have picked to volunteer at certain public places, and then, like, go on the side of the highway or whatever, but I was just like, "No, I'll just stay with the cops, whatever." But it was whatever, but there was this guy who I guess he was in jail long term, but they would let him out to do community service
Sure,
on,
they do
like,
that.
Saturdays, and
Yeah.
his girlfriend would, like, bring him a sandwich, like,
Hold
she was
on,
allowed to come up to
let
the
me
police station. Go ahead.
let me blow your mind
Yeah.
here. There's some people that are in jail that are allowed to just go to their jobs and then come back to jail.
See, I've heard of that. That's kinda
It's
I
called
mean,
work
that's
release.
not a bad deal, honestly, because
Well, yeah,
isn't
but a
that
lot of the
that's gotta be
dude.
the worst part is to just lose your house, your job,
Yeah,
everything, and
exactly.
then 10 years later get out and have to, like,
Nobody's in
totally start from scratch.
nobody's in jail for 10 years. You go to prison for 10 years.
Okay, you get what I'm
You
saying.
don't get work release in prison.
Yes,
You
that's
get
fair.
work
That's true.
release in jail.
Yes.
People spend a few years in jail, which I
Well, even just, like, say you're in jail for a year.
yeah, yeah,
You
you lose
lost your
everything.
house, you haven't been able to pay your mortgage, you
Yep.
haven't had a job, that's it.
Yep. Like, the people that get work release are like guys that got DUIs or driving on a suspended license, which are guys who typically previously got DUIs. Um,
Yes, yeah.
you shouldn't lose everything because you driving on a suspended.
No,
Um,
I agree. That's fine.
Now,
Um,
granted, I do believe if you get into a car accident and you don't have car insurance, you should go to jail.
yes.
That's not the case most of the time. It's you lose your license. No, you should go to jail that fucking day.
Yeah. I mean, that also ruins people's lives.
Sorry, don't drive with you're not allowed to drive without the insurance. All right? I wish that you could. I wish we were all New Hampshire. I wish that that was the case. But if I have to do it, everybody has to do it. And then now there's this leftist opinion, not now as in currently, but now as in always. There's this leftist opinion of like, oh, you're mad because you have to do it, but poor people should also have to do. Yes, yes, literally yes, because I was a poor person, and now I'm just barely not a poor person. Yes, I'm sorry. If I have to do it, everybody has to do it. My rules, yes, the Bryden rules. Bryden's in charge. Nobody has fucking insurance. That's a scam.
Yeah.
Like, how's that? It's a scam. Fuck that.
Yeah, but at the moment, I have to pay a freaking $800 every 6 months or something, like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
for you who's uninsured to hit me,
You
and
fuck me. Yeah.
now my car is totaled, like, no.
Yeah, you fuck me. That's we have other ways of doing that. Like, we don't need insurance. I'll take you to court. And then we find out, because if it's a serious enough accident that we can't just handle it, then
Then it would become a civil suit. That makes
yep,
a lot of sense,
there you
actually.
go.
Yeah, you
We
just
don't
take them
need
to court and
yep,
sue them for the damages,
yeah. Because
which is
dude,
already a thing.
yeah, exactly. And countless times, at least twice in the past 5 years, I've been rear-ended by some guy. One of them was a really polite German
Yep.
guy who had like a really big truck. And like we pulled over or whatever. And he was like, should we call the cops? And I'm like, opened up my little hatchback, closed it. I go, fuck no, dude, we're good. We're
Yeah, it's
fine.
not that bad.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, German. I emphasize German.
Yeah.
All the problems I've had in car accidents have been with, black women.
Well, you've also got a lot of illegals driving around. Like, I remember the first car accident I ever got into, they hit,
Oh, hold on.
my step
Real quick. I've been wanting to tweet this out, but I haven't. Ask me if this is a good tweet.
okay.
Black women are worse drivers than any Asian. It's so true,
Ah.
bro. It's so true.
It's true. It's true. Dude, I told you,
Sorry. You can go
I
ahead with
think
your
I've
story.
told
That
you
is so
before
true.
about the time where we were, like, really confused about how this other car clearly didn't understand how to use an on-ramp onto the freeway, right? Okay, we've got this
Sure.
giant freaking highway, and this person clearly doesn't understand how to merge
That
onto it,
happens.
right?
People get
And I look
confused.
up It's fine. That would be fine. We'd be like, "Oh, whatever, we figured it out. That's fine." But I look out. I'm in the passenger side, so I look inside the car. I always do this when I'm in the passenger
Oh
seat
yeah, you got to
and
see.
someone's annoying on the road. I need to know, okay? I need to know. And
It's
I
like a
start craning
game
my
of Guess
neck.
Who. You go, I wonder who that is.
And she's this black woman who's
Oh,
got a chapter book open on her steering wheel. She
that's
is flipping the
awesome.
page. A
That's
chapter
awesome.
book. First of all, very proud of you for reading a book that big, ma'am. Okay, great. Now is not the time,
You know
though.
what? You know what's
There are
crazy?
audio books
You know
for
what?
this.
You know what's crazy?
What?
She wasn't reading the book. She just thought that that's what makes you appear smart.
Look smart, and she's just, like, doing it.
Yeah, she just got a book. She's like, I gotta have a book here.
I
Uh,
wanted to know what the book was.
it's dude, it's Sun Tzu or some fucking bullshit. Like 48 laws of power, whatever. You
I was
got
just
wait,
flabbergasted,
hold on.
dude.
What's the third one? I gotta have a third good fucking how to
Okay,
make
yep,
friends and influence people. Like something,
yep.
it was one of those. Fourth one. Anything by
Mein
Tony
Kampf.
Robbins.
Oh,
Not Mein Kampf.
I thought.
I really hope that black people start reading Mein Kampf. Kanye just influences them. They all start reading Mein Kampf. That'd be hilarious. That would
That
be
would be
really
great.
good. They're just all wandering around with this like fucking swastika shirts they bought from Yeezy.com reading Mein Kampf.
And they
That'd be so
just
funny.
but the thing is they could, dude, there would be no repercussions. If black women went around with swastika tattoos reading Mein Kampf, they could just get away with it.
I know. Fox News would
Yes.
get on board with hating them.
Okay, the only people that would care are right wingers.
I would not
Right?
care because I would say that's a bad look. And
Why?
I might not even say that to
It
them. Yeah,
literally
I
doesn't
might.
even matter, like, it doesn't they don't even mean it, it's just
That's so racist that they don't understand the intricacies of National Socialism.
Yeah, I mean, I was picturing that it's, like, funny to them.
Well, it's funny to me and everybody cares. People get real mad when I do Nazi-esque stuff, but I just think it's hilarious. I'm a
Well, you're
fucking
not allowed to.
I am a libertarian.
You're blonde.
I'm not blonde. I got brown hair. Look at my
You
brown hair.
have basically no eyebrows,
That's
sir. Your
true.
eyelashes look non-existent.
And my mustache is red for like no
Yeah,
reason. I'm a
like,
calico. I'm a calico.
no, well, okay, but the problem is that your hair has darkened over time. If
That's
you
true.
just sprayed in some sun in spray, it would lighten up.
Sun
Just throw
in
some
spray
lemon
is
juice in there.
sun in spray is just lemon juice and peroxide.
Yes.
So I don't want just sticky hair.
No, it makes your hair lighter.
Yeah, in the sun. I'm not gonna have sticky hair.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I
I
always
put it
hated
in
that.
my
My
hair. It's
mother,
not
my mo
sticky.
no,
It
my mo
dries.
no, when I was I wanted to bleach my hair. You know, I don't have a bleached hair anymore, but I wanted to bleach my hair as a kid. I was like, fucking yeah. Before I was allowed to bleach my hair in like the 6th grade, I was like, ah, yeah, that'd be cool because like you know, Mark McGrath from Sugar Ray, you know, before they let me do frosted tips and everything. She just squeezed lemon juice into my fucking hair and peroxide and was like, "Go outside." That's what my
It
mom did.
works. If
It
you used
didn't
to be
work.
blonde, but it darkens over well, you have to stay out there for a while. You have to do it repeatedly.
Well, she
So
made us be outside all the time.
the other thing that
My
you could
mother did
do
not want us in there at all.
well, no, of course not. Mine didn't either. She looked very disappointed when we came back sometimes, actually. She'd be like, "Come back when the sun goes down." Then
Well,
the sun went down, I'd come home, and it's like, "What are you doing here?"
it's not like I don't understand it. Like I'm not mad at her about that part.
I'm just
Do
saying.
you know how happy she was when they finally could afford to buy us a Nintendo 64? That was sure we were loud, but we were all in one place.
Oh, yeah, that's way better.
That's because otherwise we're wandering around taking stuff. Things are missing, broken.
Well, the thing
We
that
put them
children
back
do
broken. We're just like,
I
okay, let me piece it together. You broke it. That's
yeah.
not a good plan.
No, it's not. It's horrible. Let me tell you this. I got fed up with my children's screen time habits, and the fact that when I told my son, "No, you know you can't play the Switch until, a certain time of day. Okay, it's weekday. You have to wait till we get all our stuff
Yeah,
done,
weak
and then
indeed, dude.
after this certain
Weak.
time." And all this stuff, right? He would throw a tantrum about it, and it's like, "Nah, you're too old for tantrums. You're 5. We're done with this," right? And I thought, you know, obviously
You thought that was gonna
unhealthy.
work?
We're gonna limit the screen time for a while. It's been about a month, and, I don't know where they get the trash from, Bryden. I don't know how they produce this much waste. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know why every inch of their bedroom floors are covered in where is the fluff I know where the fluff is coming from, but, like,
They're breaking things.
we have a bag of fluff
What do you
because of the
okay,
cur
then what kind of a question? I don't know when the
I
fuck
know,
yes, you
but
do.
it goes in the bag, and the bag looks full.
Nobody has a Build-A-Bear workshop, fucking, stock
My my
closet at
My
their house.
oldest crochet is so she has a giant bag of fluff.
Is that what crochet's made out of? Is fluff?
No, it's yarn, but she's
That's
like,
what I
if you
thought.
make a stuffed animal, you're crocheting the outside
Oh.
of it and you stuff the fluff in. She's made some stuffed animals and stuff.
Well, tell her to make me
It's very
tell her
cute.
tell her this. I'll give her $25. She makes me any stuffed animal. Doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
I would prefer like a little man, whatever's easiest, whatever she's best at. Yeah, I'll commission her. I'll be her first fucking commission.
All right.
$25. I Is that a fair price,
Well,
you
what's your
think?
favorite animal?
Oh, capybara.
Capybara. Okay.
That's a lot though. I'm thinking of
Well,
like
it depends on if we can
a
find
whale.
a whale.
Well,
That
that's
might be
like
good.
one piece, I'm just thinking something easy. She's a child.
Well, she's doing pretty good with it,
Like, what
honestly,
I'd
and you
really
can
like is I'd
if
be
you can
like, "I'll
find
give
a
you $200."
pattern for it.
Well, like, what I'd really like to do normally if somebody, crochets, I'm like, "Okay, I'll give you $250 and you make me a, sash or something."
Yeah,
I love encouraging artists and things, this. I give
very
people
kind.
money,
Yep,
to make things. Nobody's ever done that for me, but we'll see one day. I
probably
A
gotta be good.
a whale's just a blob. That's hard to fuck up, right?
Whale. Yep, yeah,
Just,
I agree. A whale
20
would be good.
$25 a kid is huge news.
Oh, she wouldn't even she'll feel uncomfortable taking that. Oh my goodness. This child, okay, she had this great idea, this business plan that she came up with. Is she had all of the things she would do with her maid service, okay? She's
Okay.
going to make the bed,
Well,
she's going to
shoot high there
dust,
with
she's
your
going to
maid service.
yeah, well, but listen, and she's got this whole like brochure that she's made, and she's showing it to my brother-in-law and his wife, and she's like, "Oh, and we'll do it for 5 cents." And I was like, "You're gonna do what?" And then my brother-in-law's like, "Yes, great, yes." And me and her dad were just like, "No, no, you take that back, and you're gonna charge him more." It was a whole thing,
Listen, you
and
don't
she's like,
understand market value here. You're
and
losing money.
she's like, "But I wanna charge a fair price." I was like, "Honey, what's fair to
Get on the
you
internet.
is not 5 cents." And she's like, "Okay, so, like, $5?" "No." You
You need to get on the internet.
you're you're
Do
thinking too small, baby,
You
okay?
gotta get
Like,
on the internet. You gotta see like what everything costs,
when it costs us $300, trust me, I've done it, I've paid for it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a child, so,
No, but I think
the
she should
work's not
charge
gonna be.
them 20, $30 to clean their whole house and make all their beds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's
You
like,
know
yeah, if my son turned 10 and wanted to start a lawn mowing business in the neighborhood and he's charging people $5 to do all of their
you
lawn
used to
stuff, I might have a problem.
yeah, you used to be able to charge $5 a piece. It depends on the lawn, but yeah, I mean, now it's like shoveling driveways or cutting lawns, probably about 20 bucks.
Yeah, so mine I know is 35.
For a kid to do it?
No, not for a kid to do it, for
Oh,
grown men to do it. It's actually very cheap. They don't
yeah,
even
that's
charge me per
crazy
bag
cheap.
of leaves like everyone else. Everyone else around here
Wait,
apparently are
hold on
getting
real quick. They're still doing that after Trump was elected?
dude, yes, apparently that's the thing, but my guy doesn't charge me per bags of leaves. He just bags the freaking leaves and doesn't mention it. Like that's
I
part of the
wouldn't pay
job.
per bags of leaves. I'd have to weigh those bags of leaves. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "This is some bullshit." I'd buy a scale to,
You're not
it'd be
even
like,
you're
"Are
not
these
even
full?"
stuffing them down. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Yeah.
Also, I mean, to be fair, would just pay a white
Just paying
company
it.
to do it. I would just pay a white company to do it.
Well, good
I
luck.
I it would be a white facing salesman, or an Indian guy. You know, they're good at that stuff.
Yeah, they're great at cleaning out gutters.
No, they're great at
No.
telling me how these other guys can clean up gutters.
Oh, okay. I was like, "What are you talking about? That's not a stereotype I've heard." Like,
No, this is management, bro.
oh, right. There, that's true. Um, what were we talking about?
I don't know. Show's
Oh,
almost
I
over.
was finishing this Dear Abby. Okay. And then we'll close out the show. There are also challenges with living and working. Okay, Bryden.
Yeah, on Mars, the fake planet.
There may be issues with living and working around the required structures on the surface. So if there's a giant closed circuit between the sun and Mars or a giant bouncy house around the planet, it might be difficult
I
to
th-
work
I
around that.
I would think. What are they gonna do? They're not fucking doing Amazon warehouse jobs over there.
No.
What are you doing? Like your job is just like, oh man, hopefully we have enough air today. Like I did just none of it. It doesn't. All of this is retarded. You
Yeah.
go outside, the Earth is flat. I don't know why we got bigger problems than dealing with.
Well, okay.
You go outside, the Earth's flat.
I think where we disagree, Bryden, is that the Earth being flat doesn't make Mars not real.
I've never seen Mars. When has Mars affected your life? When have you ever been like, oh shit, there's Mars?
So I had a dream the other night,
That's
okay?
not
And
real.
oh.
That's never once have you walked outside and gone, my day's different because of Mars. You never seen Mars. You never seen it. You
It
never
was in the
have.
night
You
sky one
never,
night,
it wasn't.
and it was red.
It was, it wasn't. You
That was a
didn't see it.
UFO?
You
Are you telling me that was a UFO?
when did you see Mars?
It was in January.
You didn't.
Early
You
January. I
didn't.
saw it.
Was okay. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure, maybe they'll say, was Mars visible? Because I love that they do this sometimes. You're like, oh, this is visible or whatever. Yeah, yeah. If you fucking, it's fake. The sky's fake on top of it, by the
Well,
way.
what they're doing is they're projecting a light onto the firmament. Is that what you're saying? Just a little red
Everything
light.
outside of the firmament is fucking water. Okay, was Mars, let's see. Yes, Mars was visible in January 2025. It was part of a planetary parade. Oh, cool. They're having
There
fucking
was
festivals
Saturn.
now.
I saw Saturn. They're having a parade. It was very festive.
Yeah. It seems like a load of bullshit to me. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't. Well, I also have the same sky, supposedly. It's a big fucking screen.
You don't.
You've never been driving in a car and looked up at the sky and gone, that looks fake.
No, every day.
Yeah, because it's a screen.
I just don't know why that makes Mars not real.
Mars is outside of whatever the big screen or
Could
firmament or
be
whatever.
real.
Nothing happened before
Then
1987.
why are there pyramids on Mars?
There's not.
There are.
That's part of the Satanist thing where they have
No,
to
it's
tell
not.
you
No, there are pyramids. No, and the government is lying to us about it.
there's no Mars. You've never
I
met
think
anyone from Mars. You say you've seen Mars. That's a lie. What you saw was
if
a lie. I'm not
anyone
calling you a liar. I'm
look.
not calling you a liar. I'm saying what you saw was a lie. And
Okay.
by the way, and I want to just do this now. And this I know I'm just doing a bit or whatever. But this one is actually legitimate. And hopefully a sign that I'm gonna go into full force mania summer. All
I
right,
hope
and get a
so.
lot of music done and get a lot of podcasting done.
Great content.
I have had dreams since I was a child that we were all panicking. There was stuff coming out of the sky. And I fully believe that the elites will try to create a giant goat head in the sky using Project Bluebeam and try to make us all worship it. And I think it's going to happen really, really soon. Like
See,
next 10 years.
I have been thinking.
Well, I guess really, really soon sounds bad when I say next 10 years, but within the next 10 years, that's
No, I don't
kinda
even think
soon.
it's gonna be that long because I don't know about the goat's head, but I really feel
Goat's head's from the
like
Bible. That's
it's
why.
coming. Well, no, that makes sense.
Because they believe
Okay.
I don't believe in the Bible. They believe in the Bible.
Well,
They
that's the
believe in the
thing that
opposite of the Bible, and they
that's
will
what I've been
create
trying
that.
to explain. I was trying to explain this to someone the other day because they were like, I don't understand Middle East foreign policy, and I'm like, and there was
They're
certain,
trying to make the end of the world.
yeah, yeah, and I was trying to explain to them like, look, most of the people in the US who are behaving this way politically, okay, specifically want certain doomsday prophecies to come about. And anyway, the person was like, "Yeah, but that's not actually part of the prophecy. Like, I've read the scripture and I've talked to a priest about it." And I'm like, "No, no, no, you don't understand. Yes, it was just from a movie they watched, okay? But they believe it. It
Yep.
doesn't matter if it's part of the prophecy. They think that the rapture is part of the a prophecy, and they will be magicked up before the bad things happen. Doesn't matter that that's not true. They believe it, and that's what they're trying to make happen.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that
Yeah.
even, cool guys that I like Stephen Miller, just happen to be Jewish who are, infamous for trying to find loopholes in their own religion
Okay.
to trick God.
I think
What?
we're out of time for
No, no,
today,
no. I
everyone.
no, I wanna
Thank
clear
you
this
for
up real quick before
listening.
people think that we're anti-Semitic.
Okay, yeah, you should do that.
No, I think that the Zionists, are pretty bad, and then I think that, a lot of the guys in the tribe, whether they are cool or not, like I said, like, I really like Stephen Miller. They're still part of those tendencies. I mean, the real guys who are trying to bring about the end of the world are George W. Bush cabinet members and,
Oh, yeah.
all of that. They were the most
Oh,
infamous of that, of trying to bring about the end of the fucking world. Now, you go and look at besides the Israeli government, you go and look at them. They're trying to build that new temple and all that. They've been genetically modifying all these fucking
yeah.
red-haired heifers and shit like that. All of
Yeah.
these people really truly believe this stuff. It's
Yes.
insane. I think any religion is fucking retarded, but these people believe it, but they believe it on the opposite side.
Well, not even oh my goodness gracious.
I don't hate Jewish
Even if
people,
you believe it, even if you believe it, you're not supposed to want it to happen now because it literally was just from a movie when you saw the nice good Christians getting raptured up and the rest of us have to deal with the apocalypse. That really was a movie.
yeah,
Like that's not what it says in the Bible is going to happen. You have to suffer too.
I just and
Sorry.
there's when does the tribulation happen? Post rapture, pre rapture, mid rapture, whatever. But I just I didn't want to leave on like a negative note where if there's anybody that listens to the show that's Jewish, I don't hate you personally. If you listen
No,
to the
we don't
show
like
and you're
doomsday conspiracy crap being a vital aspect of foreign policy that we
But
didn't
that's
ask for.
part of a lot of that
It's a
weird
massive
Republican
part of
push,
it.
is a
Yep.
lot of these Jewish guys cohorting with fucking Israel and
Well, it's a lot of freaking Christian. Yes,
the
it's all the
evangelicals,
evangelicals. They're a real problem, and they will tell you, like regular people, your uncle, your evangelical uncle, if you talk to him about it, will say the exact same things. Well, it's important that that region be a certain way politically because of this apocalyptic prophecy that we want to happen.
it's fucking crazy. I mean, it's like, it's just as much of a doomsday cult as, like, the climate people. I does
Yep.
we all have to,
Well, at least the climate people don't want it to happen.
that's not true. Who was that guy? He's a mortalist. I can't Not Legati, Letty? Something like that. It was some L thing.
No, it is L thing. What is it? No.
Who's that fucking
I
mortalist?
know who you're talking about, the one
Yeah,
who wanted to like everyone needs to die because of the environmental stuff?
uh,
Linkola?
Linkola. Yeah, 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 Linkola.
I was about to
Linkola's a
try to look it up, but I was like, what
jackass.
do I even search? And then it hit me.
Linkola's a jackass, and I can't wait for that man to just pass on. He's a dumbass. I mean, I hate a lot of philosophers anyway. Yeah, most living philosophers are fucking stupid, but not as dumb as the ones that have already died, I guess. The worst thing you can do as a philosopher is die, because then you can't fucking defend yourself anymore.
it up in a niche.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah, I
just
know.
clowns on him constantly.
Everyone took him out of context or clowns on him. That's true. But all right, this will be the last word of the
Go.
fucking podcast is go to the Patreon. And Friedrich Nietzsche, come on, buddy. I still got your back. You wrote some good stuff. I like it. I mean, it's a lot of flaws, but
Weird little pervert.
well, he was a little bit of a cuckold. That's true. Great mustache, though. Great mustache.
Yeah, it
Let's all
was a
say.
cool mustache.
Pretty
I
cool
will give
mustache.
him that.
It's a shame that he was a cuckold. Also died a catatonic faggot. But
That's not a good person to look up to. Okay, thank you
who
everyone
looks
for
up to
listening.
who looks up to a philosopher? Besides me, by
Nobody
the way.
should do
Besides me, by the way.
you shouldn't listen to them and do what they say, okay?
You should all philosophers just project everything out. Listen, that's what I've always ever done. I am a philosopher.
Yes, Bryden
I'm the
thinks he's a
number one
philosopher.
philosopher.
That's everything
I'm
you need to
sorry.
know about philosophy.
My philosophy is pretty good.
Thank you everyone for listening. Have a great week, secure in the knowledge that we are with you and we are the only ones you can trust to create a magnetosphere around Mars.